All right, let's get right into it. If you've been feeling like you're in a bit of a time warp lately, well, there's a really good reason for that, and it's written in the stars. We are heading straight into a Mercury retrograde, this time in the dreamy, deep waters of Pisces, and we're going to break down exactly what that means for all of us. So, does it feel like conversations you thought were done and dusted are suddenly popping back up? Or maybe some old feelings are bubbling to the surface out of nowhere? You are not imagining things. That, my friends, is the classic signature of a cosmic rewind, and it is about to get very real.
Okay, so to really get what's going on down here, we gotta look up there first. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of this whole celestial event. What is actually happening in the sky right now?
So think of Mercury as the solar system's super-fast messenger. It's all about communication, data, travel, you name it. Now, when it goes retrograde, it's not actually flying backward. It's really just an optical illusion from where we're standing here on Earth. It just looks like it's hitting the brakes and pulling a U-turn, which is the universe's way of telling us to review the road we've just been on.
So, let's get out our cosmic calendars. What's the timeline for this specific cycle? The whole thing kicks off on February 26th. That's when Mercury basically puts it in reverse gear while it's in Pisces. It's then going to travel all the way back through the zodiac until March 20th, which is when it finally starts moving forward again. So that gives us a really clear window for this period of deep, deep reflection.
Now here's the thing you have to remember. Not all retrogrades are created equal. Nope. The zodiac sign a retrograde happens in gives each one a totally unique flavor. And this time, it's all happening in the super-sensitive, intuitive sign of Pisces, which is exactly why this one might feel extra emotional.
Pisces energy is all about the stuff that lies just beneath the surface, you know? The collective mood, hidden secrets, feelings we've all tried to push down. And this retrograde is here to stir all that up. It's going to bring past vulnerabilities and suppressed emotions right up to the top for us to look at. Basically, it's a time when the unseen is demanding to be seen.
And there's another layer to this cosmic weather report. Just as Mercury starts its backward dance, the moon, which, rules our emotions, is moving into the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is all about sensitivity, protection, our roots, that feeling of home. So it's just going to amplify all that emotional, watery energy that's already in the air.
So what happens when you mix Mercury's backward swim in Pisces with the moon's super nurturing vibe in Cancer? Well, you get this powerful emotional swirl of energy. It means we're going to see those old past files get reopened. We could see a huge surge in really emotional public statements, with a major focus on themes like family, women, and this instinct to protect what's ours. And you can bet that social media is going to be the main stage for these very intense discussions.
And this isn't just a personal thing. This stuff has ripple effects on everybody. So let's zoom out for a second and take a look at how this energy could show up on a much broader social scale.
Right. So, given that intense focus on women, protection, and revisiting past issues, there's one key date to watch. March 8th, International Women's Day. It's pretty likely that any statements, protests, or actions around this day are going to get a huge amount of visibility and spark some really widespread, powerful conversations.
Now, one of our sources had this fascinating way of describing the potential energy of this time, using the Turkish phrase "büyük patlamalar." That translates to big explosions. But wait, before you get the wrong idea, it is so crucial to understand what this is actually talking about.
And this is a really key distinction. As you can see, we are not talking about physical events or actual chaos. No, instead, these explosions are all about communication. Think powerful public statements that come out of nowhere, unexpected social reactions that just go viral, and these really intense outbursts in public debates. It's an explosion of words and feelings, not things.
Okay, so we know what's happening. We know why it feels so intense. So the big question now is, how do we actually navigate all this? Let's get into some practical advice for handling this cosmic fog with just a little bit of grace.
The most important thing here is just being aware. So think of this as your personal retrograde checklist. First, watch out for misunderstandings. Please, double-check those texts and emails. Second, try not to act on rumors or half-baked information. Third, be really careful about opening old wounds unless you're truly ready to deal with them constructively. And finally, if you can, avoid making huge, life-altering decisions based purely on a temporary wave of emotion.
If you take just one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. Mercury retrograde is not here to wreck your life, I promise. It's here to help you review it. The whole point is to pause, to reflect, and to reevaluate things. The time for bold new moves and big actions, that'll come later, after March 20th, when all this fog finally starts to clear.
This entire period is really about uncovering things we couldn't see before. So as we close, the real question I have is for you. With all this energy swirling around, just take a moment and ask yourself, what hidden truth, what old story, or what deep feeling is this cosmic rewind asking you to finally face?